Greetings and welcome to the first Cinematic Tabletop Mordheim Battle Report. A little while ago I posted a poll asking the viewers what game they'd most like to see on the channel, and Mordheim won fairly comfortably, I'm happy to say. Not too shabby for a game that's over 20 years old, that hasn't been officially supported for almost as long. Out of the list of games that was presented, Mordheim was my personal fave, to be honest. So what we've got here is a campaign with 4 players and a round-robin type tournament structure where each player must have faced off against each of the others before he can play the same opponent again. Now this is to prevent players with more spare time getting ahead of everyone else by playing more games and becoming ridiculously powerful, as has happened in the past. We're using pretty much all of the optional rules available, plus a bunch of house rules that I'll not list here, but I'll try to explain as they come up during the course of the game. These battle reports will be presented in the traditional format, as opposed to the cinematic style unique to the channel. Though, if you like to see Mordheim get the cinematic treatment, mention it in the comments. The more interest I see, the more likely I'll get around to putting together a battle report in that style. If you're new to the channel, you might be wondering, cinematic, what's all that about? Well, so far, I've produced cinematic battle reports for tabletop games such as the World War II themed Bolt Action. The British sniper, having picked his target, fires once more.
Boy, Fritzy boy.
Scharfschütze! Bleibe versteckt!
Games Workshop's Warcry.
Death to all who cross the Ogron's path.
The Weird War II Madness of Conflict 47.
Don't soil your cacks, lads! For king and country!
But despite their cheers, desperation takes hold.
Calm your tits, lad!
And the stealth action of 0200 Hours.
Captain Headley leads his men from the front. He peers into the darkness. The red glow of the soldier's cigarette gives him away. Wasting no time, he takes aim. One less enemy to worry about.
So, if you like what you see, be sure to check them out, even if their system's unfamiliar to you. They're a lot of fun. With that out of the way, let's get on with the battle report. Today's dust-up on the ruined streets of Mordheim features one particularly shady chapter of the Cult of the Possessed, with the colourful name of Culternative Lifestyle. This sketchy bunch will be run by my good mate Barra, and consist of the following. Every warband requires a leader, and for this lot, it's the Magister Pennis Teller. The spell you start with is randomly determined, and what Barra was granted by the Shadow Lord is the Eye of God spell. More on that later. All of the Possessed minis are the original official Mordheim miniatures released way back in the late 90s. These ones were painted up by my good mate Prawn when he was a wee lad, and I think he did a pretty good job. Every warband also should have as many heroes, or villains in this case, as possible, so Barra has chosen to include 2 Possessed. No mutations, however, as they cost just too much, and the warband is a little light on numbers anyway. The 2 mutants included here do have mutations, however, as it is a requirement. These guys have the Black Blood mutation because we're playing WYSIWYG rules, or what you see is what you get, and no extra modelling was required. We're not super strict on that rule as long as the primary weapons are represented correctly. So that's all of his heroes, and the only 2 henchmen he has chosen are these 2 beastmen. One of the best henchman types in the game, I'd say. Great starting attributes, and good lord, 2 wounds. I can't think of any other non-monstrous henchmen with more than 1 wound. Enough about the Possessed, as they will be squaring off against the Witch Hunter Warband, who go by the name of Sigmar's Judgment. members of the laity who take it upon themselves to track, judge, and execute heretics, witches, and perpetrators of excessive puns. They'll be played by me, Damo. Their leader is the relentless firebrand Heinrich Hellmann, who has a burning hatred of any who practice the dark arts, allowing him to re-roll any missed attacks on the first round of combat with such types. There is a member of the Sigmarite Ecclesia among their number, however, Brother Timotheus. He starts the game with one prayer of Sigmar, Hearts of Steel. By the way, the Witch Hunter minis are a mixture of original Citadel minis and other manufacturers, such as this guy. There are also 3 more heroes, each being a Witch Hunter. They also get their hatred reroll when fighting spellcasters in hand-to-hand combat. And I've opted for a balance of melee and ranged weapons, which hopefully will soften up any incoming enemies before blows are exchanged. We'll see. On to the henchmen. First up are a couple of flagellants, solid offensive units who ignore fear and so are perfect for charging at possessed and all other kinds of nasties who make use of that rule. Be aware, dear viewer, that later in the video I mispronounce flagellant. I don't know why. I guess I'll atone for my sins with some light flagellation after I'm done here. A couple of zealots armed with bows add a bit more punch to my ranged defense, though with ballistic skill 2 they'll probably just be wasting arrows. Who knows, maybe they'll get lucky. This game is pretty wild, what with crits and whatnot. And lucky last, there's the Warhounds. Now, in my humble opinion, the Witch Hunter doggies are, pound for pound, the best value single unit in the game. Weapon skill 4, strength 4, and movement 6 for a measly 15 gold. Keep them near the leader before launching them at fearsome enemies to overcome their terrible leadership, and you got yourself a scary pack of beasties right here. So that's the warbands, on to the setup. We've decided to play Wyrdstone Hunt for our first scenario, because randomly rolling up some of the nastier missions right off the bat could prove devastating. Each player takes turns placing one piece of terrain in a 4x4 foot area to set up the battlefield. Both Barra and I are somewhat concerned with aesthetics, and so have opted to construct a small plaza of sorts surrounded by ruined buildings. Most of the scenery was scratch-built about 10 years ago, which is also the last time we played, so some of the rules are a bit fuzzy, and yes, we mess a few things up. So for example, we forgot the spear first strike rule, we call wounds hit points, we forgot to roll on the random happenings table, but that's fine. It was nothing too devastating, well, I think. And we get some of the names of our own dudes wrong, but you get that. So, once the scenery pieces have been placed, the next step is to work out how many shards of Wyrdstone are available. Right, so Wyrdstone Hunt. Barra's gonna roll to see how many pieces there are. So it's D3, 2 plus 1, so 3 pieces. The placement is determined by warband points total, so Barra, having the lower total, places the first and third piece while I place the second. The pieces have to be placed more than 10 inches from a table edge and at least 6 inches away from each other. We just ended up dumping all 3 pieces pretty much right in the middle where the plaza is. So we've set up the table, and now we just have to roll off to see who gets to choose the table edge. So go for it, Barra. So 1, a 2. Alright, so I get to choose the table edge. So the Witch Hunters are going to choose this table edge, obviously because there's lots of nice high ground to take advantage of. So any filthy mutant that tries to sneak up and snatch our Sigmar given Wyrdstone will face a hail of bolts and arrows. So I'll set them up right now, and then Barra will set his up on the other side. Alright, so finished with setup. The Witch Hunters have set up here on this raised platform with a very good view of this open plaza where all the Wyrdstone is located. Higher ground is a real benefit in Mordheim, as it allows range units to pick their targets. If they were at the same elevation as their intended target, they have to actually shoot at the closest warrior, which might not be to their liking. Meanwhile, the mutants, or the possessed rather, there's a bunch of them here on their right flank next to the tower, and the rest of them are here next to the church here. Presumably they're going to charge as fast as they can to try and grab that before I can. A possibly risky strategy, though if he can weather the storm of arrows, he might be able to charge up and smash the Witch Hunters' heads in. And now on to the battle proper. So now we roll to see who actually goes first. So Witch Hunters, 3, 6. Alright, so you can go first, or you can let me go first. It's up to you.
The possessed shall go first.
Alright. So because Barrow's only played this, what, like twice?
Yeah.
10 years ago?
Yeah, ages ago.
He basically has got to relearn the rules from scratch, which is fine because that's also handy to explain to the viewers that aren't familiar with the rule system, how everything goes. So there's several phases. So there's a recovery phase. That doesn't apply here because there's no one that's knocked down. Yet, that's right. Then there's movement. Then there's shooting. And then there's melee. So we'll get on with movement. So you move all your stuff at once. So you can either move in normal movement or double.
And it's obviously depending on what their movement is.
Yeah. So most of them should be movement 4. I think your possessed are actually 5.
Yeah, possessed 5, everything else 4.
And so how movement works is if there's no obstructions, you can move as far as you want up to your maximum. If there's any obstacles that are 1 inch or less in height, then you can just hop over them. Otherwise, it'll require an initiative check to climb up over them. You can climb any surface you want at all, but it requires an initiative check. Yeah, so we have a house rule where anywhere there's a ladder, you can climb without having to make an initiative check. So ladders are friendly in that regard for people that have got crappy initiative. So yeah, I'll let you make your move. So I'll fast forward the movement here for brevity's sake. And that's you done.
Yep,
So turns are really quick in this game. So now it's the witch hunter's turn to move and shoot. Good thing about this game is it doesn't take that long to get into melee before too long. So yeah, moving my witch hunter. So he's going to move 5 to there. And then another 3 down there. He'll follow. Because I'm not super sure about the range here. These guys are going to move a little bit, but they can still shoot. My crossbowman won't, because you can't move and shoot a crossbow. You can with a regular bow. So that's my movement done. I'm going to pop off some shots at his possessed over there. I think, yeah, I'll start with my crossbowman. They might be out of range, but both of them are just going to shoot at his big bad possessed dude over there. Right, so I'll start off with this fella over here, being that guy. I'll try and remember his name in the future. But yeah, he's one of the zealots. Ballistic skill 2, so not very good. He's just in range of that possessed. Long range though, so I need a 6 to hit. Here goes. Hey, look at it. It's a 6.
It's a 6, of course it is.
What's the toughness?
Toughness.
The possessed 4, I imagine.
4.
So I need a 5. It's a 5. So bam. I'll get a little counter that you can just put next to him as a reminder. But that's 1 wound down, as he's got 1 left. So the opening shot does indeed find its mark, which is unusual. Now we've got the 2 crossbowmen. These guys are my heroes, however, so they're not quite as crappy. So base 4, but long range -1, so I need a 5 to hit. Miss, and then the second guy. So the guy with the crossbow in his back. So he needs a 5. No, so both miss. And that's it, because everyone else that does have a ranged weapon.
So does
out
this
of
guy
range.
get points because he hit me?
No, he needs to actually take you out of action.
Oh.
So that's it for me, and then it's back to you.
This is Squid Pro Quo because he's got a squid hand. And he's just going to keep legging it down here. And then there's Goatly. Oops. And then there's Black Tongue. And they're just legging it down there.
Mm-hmm.
So then this guy would have been a 10, so he'll move another 5. This guy will move another 4. So yeah, that's speeding things up a bit. This guy, he can run 8 to get straight to the wyrdstone.
Mm-hmm.
So do I just...
So once he's done moving, the Magister then casts the Eye of God spell. And what do you need? A 7?
7.
7 or more.
Yeah, 7 or more.
Yep. Hey, there you go, 7. So, roll the d6 again. Don't roll a 1, or do. That would suit me just fine. So it's casting Eye of God. 2. So that's +1 to any attribute of your choice.
Can I give this guy one more life?
One more wound?
One more wound?
Yeah, certainly.
So I'll take that away.
Well, no, it still counts. It still stays there on him. It just means his wound total goes up to 3 wounds. So if Barra had rolled a 1 on that d6 roll for Eye of God, his unfortunate possessed would have collapsed and been taken out of action. If he rolled a 6, however, all of his attributes would have gone up by 1, which is insane. Thankfully, for me at least, this spell can only be cast once per game. Back to the witch hunters, and after some deliberation I've decided not to charge the big bad possessed because there would just be a counter charge and I think my doggies would just get torn to shreds. I'm going to just try and make a rush for the wyrdstone and just soften the possessed up a bit more with some more shots from my range dudes. And I'll try not to forget, I'll cast my Hearts of Steel prayer to offset his fear mongers, which is that possessed there and that possessed there. Does anyone else have fear in your warband? I don't think so.
Nah, the rest have black blood.
Yeah. I guess I could just charge up here. Now, animals can't actually pick up stuff. Yeah, I'll just move them over here, like so. Because they can move up to 12. Then my captain will run 8. Grab that. I'll move this guy. Actually, you can drop an inch or less with no troubles. So I'll move him an inch there, and drop down there. Then I will just scooch to there. Same with him. Flagellants will creep slightly ahead like that. Alright, and then that's it for movement. Right, so this time I will cast, or attempt to cast, Hearts of Steel, which is a difficulty 8+. Hey, 10. Nice. So everyone within 8 inches of the warrior priest, over here, being that guy, basically immune to fear and all alone checks, and in the case of having to make a route check, I get a +1 to that as well.
Everyone except for your...
Yeah, that's fine, because they're going to just hang back for now. But once they get closer in, then yeah, that's different. And so now I'm going to shoot. Now my leader does have a pistol, but I can just tell by eyeballing that's going to be out of range because it's only range 6. But pretty much everyone else should be in range. So I'm going to start off with the bodgies again. So we'll start with the zealots. This guy over here is Heinz Holt. He'll shoot at the possessed, needing a 6. Nope. And then the mate next to him is Gunther Guggenheim, also needing a 6. Nope. And then we've got the heroes, the witch hunters. So we'll have Griswold the Grim, needing a 5. Yep, that's a hit.
Roll up.
And then strength 4, toughness 4, so I need a 4+ to wound. Yep, that's a wound, so...
I'm guessing that was the possessed?
Yep, that's the possessed, so put that on him.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's not a bad idea that you did buff his wound. And then we've got Wolfhard Heilbronner. He's the one just with the crossbow. So needing a 5. No. That's good though. We did soften him up and I got my spell off. So that's it for me. And it's back to the possessed. Do you want to announce any charges?
No.
No charges? Okay.
No charges.
Cool. So yeah, move. Move it, move it. So I am playing a little bit cagily here, allowing Barra's dudes to pick up 2 of the 3 wyrdstones. But that's okay. My plan is I'll just take them off him after I've killed the dude.
That's one way of doing it.
Of course, plans never go as according to plan. Though the onus now is on Barra, because I can just happily sit and just plink away with my ranged attacks. So remember, you can move double. And he's just going to charge up here and make sure that I don't get too comfortable. So that's somewhat concerning. And then that's basically it for you, right?
Yep.
Cool. So what's going to happen is I'm going to announce charges, and all three of my doggies are gonna... Not sure if there'll be enough room for all three to charge this guy here. They just pick... That's a beast man, isn't it?
That's a beast man.
Yeah. So I've made a decision. I am indeed going to charge that beast man up on the scaffolding with all three of the hounds. They're immune to fear, but beast man doesn't have fear anyway, so it doesn't matter. No one else will charge, so I'll resolve that now. So yep, all three of the dogs obviously quite easily can make the distance, so they're just all gonna savagely, hopefully savagely tear him to bits. But he does have 2 hit points and 4 toughness, so it's not a certain thing. In the meantime, I got to move the rest of my warband. Okay, so I'll move my flagellants like so, with a double move. My priest, rather. Definitely want him to be within 8 of the dogs. Alright, so I can't actually shoot at the beast man now that he's got my dudes in melee with him. So he won't be able to be shot at, but these guys still can. Yeah, I'm gonna just keep focusing, I think, on the possessed, hopefully take him down, or at least slow him. So starting with the zealots, Gunter Guggenheim, he's gonna shoot, needing a 6. Actually no, he's gonna need more, because it's long range, and he's behind cover. So I'm gonna need a 6 followed by a 4. So that's a miss. And the other guy is Heinz Holt. Well, there's a 6. Do I get the 4 though? Yeah, I do. Another 6. So it's a hit. Now I need a 5 to wound. It's a 6. 666.
666.
So that's a crit.
Sticks.
So we use all the optional rules here. So I'm going to roll on the crit table. So missile weapon crit table. 4. Ricochet. If there are any other models within 6, the closest enemy model was also hit. Roll to wound and take any saves as normal for both targets. So I'll just hit your... Well, I guess it's the closest, so it'll have to be the guy next to him with the spear, whoever that is. So this guy is the one that gets hit. Toughness 3, needing a 4+. No. So what happens now that the possessed has lost his last wound? He doesn't automatically get taken out of the game. Barra needs to roll to see what happens to him. So if you will do the honors, just 1d6. So 1, he's just knocked down. So you just place him face up. And what that means is at the beginning of next turn is the recovery phase, which means he basically stands up. Luckily for Barra, he didn't get taken out, but he is knocked down momentarily. And now it'll be my heroes shooting with their crossbows. So we'll start with Griswold the Grim. So he'll be shooting at the Magister, who's behind that scaffolding. So he gets cover and it should be long range. So I'll need a 6 for both of them. So Griswold, miss, and Wolfhard, miss. So that's it for shooting. So now the doggies, because they charge, they go first against your Beastman. So the dogs have weapon skill 4, and I believe the Beastman has weapon skill 4.
Weapon skill 4.
Yeah, so 4+ to hit. So that's a hit. And then toughness 4, right? Strength 4, so I need a 4 again.
Toughness, yeah, 4.
So it didn't wound. Right, next dog. Didn't hit. And the third dog. Oops. That's a hit. Is it a wound? It's a wound. So that's 1 wound down. Barra forgot that he had a shield. So that's a 6 you need. And if you get a 6, oh, almost, not quite though. So the wound sticks. But now you get to roll a counter attack. Which dog did you want to attack?
I guess this guy in the corner.
Okay, so roll away. You need a 4+. 6, that's most certainly a hit. And then you need a 3 to wound. Roll again. Has to. Yeah, I know. Yep, that's still a wound though. So I'll see what happens to that warhound. 3, so he's stunned, which means he's face down. Anyone that charges the dog will just automatically take it out of action. So that's something to think about. So unfortunately your beastman can't finish him off.
Yeah, I figured
in your turn because he's still fighting other dogs and they kind of concentrate. But someone else can do it. And I think that's it for me. So now it's your turn. So possessed. First of all, we've got the recovery. So just prop that big mutant up. Or the possessed rather. You don't have any mutants. Oh yeah, you got 2 mutants, don't you?
Yeah, the spear dude.
That's right. So yeah, so he can only move at half. Can't initiate charges.
Yep.
So now you announce charges, if any.
Okay, so I'm going to charge the stunned guy with my spearman.
Yep.
And I'm going to charge the guy in the pit.
Yep, with him.
My mages.
Sounds good. All right. So no need to measure. We can tell that that's...
So can I do it from down here?
Yeah, that'll work. All right, cool. And then the rest of your movement.
These guys will keep their long run. So that's 6 and then 4.
Getting uncomfortably close to my archers here. Might have to reposition.
And then, so I guess...
And then just your mutant, unless you're happy leaving him there.
Well, because I feel that if he starts even trying to get close to these guys, he'll be out in the open by himself.
Mm-hmm.
At least where he's at now, there's a bit of cover.
Yep.
With the question mark.
That's true. Yeah. He's definitely got cover there.
Yeah.
All right, so melee phase.
So I'll start with the goat man.
So we'll start with your charges. They always go first.
Oh yeah, cool.
So the dog is taken out immediately. So whoever that was, make sure you note on the little XP sheet here.
Yep, so that's Black Tongue.
Yep, because he gets an XP for every enemy taken out of action. All right, and then you've got your Magister. And what weapon does he have? An axe, presumably?
He's got
and a mace. Okay, so just having a look here, he has weapon skill 4, but we have a house rule. So if you use 2 weapons, your weapon skill is reduced by 1 for each thing.
And what's the...
So you need a 4+ to hit the dogs.
The red is the axe.
Yep.
And the obviously white is the mace.
Yep.
So you said 4+ on both?
All right, so you were saying it's red for the axe.
Yep, red for the axe, white for the mace.
For the mace, needing 4s. Ooh, that's 2 hits.
There we go, that's nice.
Yep, so roll again to wound.
On both?
Yep.
Okay, so the mace hit.
Yep, so the mace wounds. And then I roll. Because it's a mace, he's actually stunned.
Oh, cool.
On a 2 to 4 instead of a 3 to 4. So I'll roll now for the dog. No, he's just
stunned.
Yeah, so he's stunned. What happens is you might take them out now, but they might survive without any scratches. It's the post game is what determines whether they're f***ed or not.
Yeah. And I guess my beastman hasn't attacked yet.
That's right. So your beastman now attacks the dog. So
so come on, kill him.
So 4+ to hit, just with 1 roll. Yep, so that's a hit, and then a 3+ to wound.
Yes.
Yep, that's a wound. So that's stunned as well.
Yes.
Lots of stunned doggies. Witch Hunter's turn, so recovery. Both the dogs become essentially knocked down, so they don't get automatically taken out now. You still have to hit them, but at least it gives them a little bit more.
But they don't have that roll to say what happens to them. It's just they're down, so if they get hit...
Well, if they get hit again, yeah, I got to roll rather than be taken out immediately. So that's good. So now I announce charges. So both of my flagellants are going to charge your Magister. My Witch Hunters here, both of these guys will charge him. And I think my Warrior Priest will charge your Beast Man.
It somehow seems fitting to me that there's a gallows in front of the church. Perhaps the witch hunters set it up ahead of time. Things getting pretty hectic right here.
I am going to move
I think all of the archers / crossbowmen as well. So my archer zealots will just move a little bit so they can still shoot. Because it doesn't really matter because their penalty is so high that they need a 6 followed by a 4 to hit the possessed over there anyway. So then we've got these guys up here who will double move. So yep, he'll move to there, he'll move to there. Unfortunately they can't shoot, but that's fine. They put a bit of distance between themselves and the incoming possessed and co. Right, so shooting against the possessed, starting with Heinz Holt, needing a 6 and a 4. So there's a 6. Does he get the 4? No, he doesn't. And then his mate next to him, Gunther Guggenheim. Oh my god, I'm wasting all these 6s. I bet you he won't get the 4. No, damn it. What a waste. So that's shooting done with. And now on to melee. My witch hunter, that's attacking your Black Tongue, is his name?
Yep.
Heinrich Hellmann, with a hammer and a sword. So I need 4s. So the hammer will be red, the sword will be white. So the sword hits. I'm needing a 4 to wound. No. And then we've got my leader, who will attack with a sword. He has a sword and a shield.
Nice.
Wow, roll's just not working in my favour. Alright, so warrior priest, attacking with a hammer.
And that's on Black Tongue.
No, that's against your beast man.
Oh, Beastman.
So we're needing a 4+. And then I've got my 2 flagellants. So because they're using flails, they actually get +2 to strength for the first round when they hit.
So if they hit on the first round,
They'll like wound on almost like a 2+, I'm pretty sure. But then after that, it loses its bonus and it just becomes normal. So,
and they both got flails.
yep. Oh yeah, the weapon skill is 3, so it'll be 4+. So we'll start with Crazy Klaus against your Magister. So that's a hit. And then it'll be 2+ to wound. Yep, so that's a wound.
I think he's down.
He's only got, well, you roll now. See what happens to him.
So low's good or low's
Yeah, low's good. Yeah, he's out of action. Bam. So that's Crazy Klaus with 1 XP.
So do I just take him away? Or?
Yeah, he's out of combat, so you just put him aside. And yeah, that means Mad Maximilian's just flailing around angrily. Okay, and so now you get to fight back. Because you can fight back in another player's turn. So we'll start with Black Tongue. Who's he going to fight? My leader or the Witch Hunter? My leader has a shield. The Witch Hunter has... Well, he has a sword as well, so I can try and parry.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel story-wise he'd hate the Witch Hunter.
Okay.
So Black Tongue would go the Witch Hunter.
Yep. Alright, so he's got a dagger and a shield. A dagger and a spear, right?
Spear. BS?
WS.
WS. 3.
So it becomes 2. So you need a 4. So wait. Remember, different weapons. So which one's the dagger? Which one's the spear?
Dagger is red. Spear is white.
Okay. So 1 hit with the red one.
With the dagger.
Yep. And then you need a 4+ to wound. That's a wound, but because it's a dagger, I get a save.
Yep.
Oh, and wait, you hit with a 4, didn't you?
Yep.
Sorry, I'm jumping the gun here. I get a parry because I got a sword. So what I got to do is get a 5 or a 6 to parry your attack. Yep, there's a parry.
Nice.
Ching! So he's fine. And then we've got your beast man. So he can't finish off that dog.
For free, but I can still attack.
No, you have to attack the guy that's actually standing. So that's my warrior priest.
Yep.
So that'll be a 3+ to hit, I believe. Yep, that's most certainly a hit. And what's his strength? 4?
4.
So that'll be a 3 plus to wound. Yep. So I got a shield. So if I get a 6, I will absorb the damage. No. So that's a wound. So we'll see what happens to him. So he's stunned. Wow, stuns everywhere.
Yeah, nice. So he's on his back?
Face down. Okay, so charges are announced first.
So is this guy able to charge?
Yeah, the possessed can charge now.
Yes, this can charge now. I guess I'll charge this dude.
Okay.
No, that's your leader, isn't it?
Yep.
But I guess I have to go that guy first. So I'll charge him. Do I move him now or?
Yep. So that was the charge for the possessed.
Yep.
And now there's more possessed coming my way.
Yep.
Yonder. Moving with such vigor that buildings are being knocked aside. Well, you get the picture, it's going to be there. And go with the charges first. So the possessed attacking my witch hunter.
So just 2 dice. I guess it doesn't matter the colour.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So 2 attacks, needing 3s. Okay,
Yes.
so I can try and parry. So that's 1 miss and 1 hit. I need a 6 to parry. Come on, 6. I saw it for a second. Alright, no dice. So now roll to wound. So I need a 3 plus again. So that's a wound. And then I guess... Am I missing something here? No, he doesn't have armor or anything. So, beep. 1. So just knocked down.
That possessed a real menace once he gets stuck in.
Alright, so continuing the battle, we've got Black Tongue here. So he will fight against my leader, my witch hunter captain. So he needs 4 pluses. So which one's the dagger?
Red.
Okay.
Red dagger.
2 misses.
It's Beastman.
Yeah, he's got his...
I just want to kill this guy.
Yep, so smashes the warrior priest. So don't forget, mark XP for him. Got my witch hunter here that stands up. Oh wait, I forgot to fight back. Because I've still got my leader who didn't swing back. So I'll do that now. 2 weapons, so I need a 3. And it's a hit. And then I need a 4 to wound. Ugh, choking on the wounds.
Nice.
So both those dogs also stand up, which is good. Stops him from just hammering everything down like whack-a-mole style. I got to announce charges first. Yeah, what's going to happen is I'm going to charge the beast man with one of my flagellants, and the other flagellant will charge, I guess Black Tongue. Go all out on this guy and just shoot him with everything. So yeah, that's what I'll do. Shooting phase! So both my heroes with the crossbows, being Griswold and Wolfhard, are both in short range and no cover of that possessed screaming up towards them. So they're going to hit with a 4 plus. So not fantastic, but... Okay, so here goes. So we'll start with Griswold, of course, and then go to Wolfhard. So that's a hit. So because it is a crossbow, it's extra strong. Hey, that's a wound. So that's 1 wound down, another 1 to go. With some lucky rolling here, I might be able to do it. Next up will be Heinz, needing a 6. Nope. And then we've got Gunther needing a 6. No, so that's shooting done. Okay, so on to the melee phase. Start with the charges. So we'll go with Crazy Klaus, who's one of the flagellants, who's attacking the beast man. So he needs a 4 plus.
Nice.
To miss. And Mad Maximilian attacking Black Tongue.
Nice.
Yep, so Beastman now attacks.
That's just 1, isn't it?
Yeah. Attacking one of the hounds.
The hounds.
So that's a miss. So that's good. And then we've got the fight with Black Tongue, the Flagellant, and the Captain. So my Captain's initiative is 4. So yeah, attacking Black Tongue with my Captain, needing a 3.
Oh, I guess I'll take your Captain.
So needing 4s. So that's a hit, and then he's got the dagger.
Oh, yeah.
The red one. So that's a miss. So hang on, I can try and parry, needing a 5 plus. No parry. So no wound either. Nice. Alright, and what's the initiative of your big dick possessed?
Initiative 4.
He goes next.
Yeah. So I guess I'll just attack the priest, because that's who he was attacking before.
What priest? He's gone.
Warrior.
Yeah, the witch hunter. Yep, so needing 3s. With 2 attacks, remember? Yep, so 2 hits. I can try and parry one of them. And use that. No. Yeah, it's cocked. Yep. Ooh, so that's a crit and a wound.
3.
Crushing blow. So +1 to the injury roll if your opponent fails his save. So first one is unmodified. So it's stunned. The second one is +1 to the roll. 5, so yep, he's taken out of action.
It always hurts when a hero gets knocked out of action.
So things going from bad to worse for the witch hunters. And it's back to the possessed, and it's time to declare charges.
If you're already in combat, you don't have to declare.
That's
charge.
right. But the possessed is out of combat, so he can declare a charge.
I guess I'll charge at your boss. And yeah, that's all the charging I'm doing.
So movement for the possessed.
So I think you know what's going to keep happening. So, well, that's getting pretty close.
Yeah, so it'll be the possessed against the witch hunter captain, needing 4s. So 1 hit, I can parry it. Need a 6 though. 6!
Hey, finally.
Nice, bit of luck finally. And then Black Tongue.
Yep, so I'll keep peppering your...
Because my captain has higher
Oh, he can attack first.
initiative, he can attack first there.
Okay.
So I'll attack with him, I guess. We'll use
On
Black Tongue, because if I get lucky, I might knock him down and interrupt his attack.
Ah, yeah.
See what I mean? So I'll try that. Needing 3. Oh my god! Alright, so now Black Tongue attacks.
So red is...
So is he going to attack the captain or the flagellant who's about to attack him? Oh wait,
I guess because the...
what's the flagellant actually? 3. So,
I guess, yeah, I might attack the flagellant.
so hang on, because they're the same, we roll off.
Okay.
So the flagellant, oops, 2, 3. Yep, so you go first.
So I'll attack the flagellant. I don't have to turn him or anything.
No.
So if red is dagger, white is...
Yep, so
spear.
4s. Okay, so 1 hit.
So the daggers hit him.
Yep, the flagellant, toughness 4. Cool. So you need a 5 to wound. No. Sweet. Now the flagellant fights back. Needing a 3. 6. That's most certainly a hit. And then needing a... because it's not first turn anymore, so he doesn't get the +2 to strength, unfortunately. So it's only... oh, he's still strength 4, though. So he needs a 3+ to wound. So the Warhounds have initiative 4. The Beastman, I'm thinking, is 3.
Rambo the Beastman is initiative 3.
Yep, so I'll go with the dogs first. So
Yep.
4+. So first dog, miss. Alright, next dog. Hit. Will he wound though? It's a crit! Go the dogs! So unarmed combat table. 2. Body blow. Your opponent's daggers allowing you to seize the initiative and make an additional attack. Immediately roll to hit and to wound. All saves are taken as normal. Okay, so that'll be another 4+. That's, yep, most certainly a wound. Oh, sorry, a hit, and that's a wound. So you got to roll twice now for your injury table. Oh, he's got a shield, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got a shield.
That's true. So roll twice. You need a 6. See if his shield saves you at all. No.
Nearly.
So now roll twice again for the actual injury. So he's stunned.
So I'm on my back.
No, he's face down. The flagellant finishes him because he hasn't attacked yet.
Joke.
So he's smashed. The flagellant gets XP.
Do I drop my wyrdstone?
Yes, you do. But I don't think I actually pick it up because it has to be during a movement. I'll just double check. So I got a big decision to make now that it's back to the witch hunters. Do I voluntarily route? Because I do have 3 guys out. I'm still not at 4, which is for involuntarily routing. Barra might get unlucky and have to route involuntarily if he rolls poorly. So that's something to consider. Because it's a battle report and not just a regular game, I want to keep things interesting. I'll probably be kicking myself for saying, yep, let's go ahead. But I'm going to say, yep, I'm going to take it another round. I do have a bit of a little stacks on here. The possessed is only on 1 hit point too. Anyway, got to do charges. Both of these warhounds are going to charge the possessed here. That flagellant, I guess he kind of has to charge the dude right in front of him really. Because they would be perfect to charge him because they don't have to make psychology checks because they're fanatics. But yeah, so both dogs will try and charge him. They'll have to make fear checks, but it'll be on the leader's leadership
Okay.
because he's nearby. And then this flagellant will just attack Black Tongue. Then this guy's going to charge him, or try to.
Oh, you're going to charge me?
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, try. And then he's going to do it as well. He's only
they both have to take fear checks?
Yeah, they all do. So here goes. We'll start with Wolfhard. Right, so Wolfhard Heilbronner, armed to the teeth with a crossbow and a dagger, is going to charge a possessed. But he has to make a leadership check. So leadership is 7. You got 7 on the button, so he does charge. So that's this guy. He'll charge to there. Like so. And then my other champion, Griswold the Grim, getting a 7. Yep, 7 on the button again.
Yep.
Should I have just hung back and shot at the possessed? Probably, but that wouldn't be any fun.
And then over here, he'll just shuffle up like half an inch forward and pick this up. So that'll go on, that was Crazy Klaus, because he killed both dudes, I'm pretty sure. Okay, now I've got to roll for my dogs. They use the leadership of the leader. So the dog needs an 8 or less. 7, yep, that's fine. And then the second dog, which is further away. Yep, he's fine. So they both charge the possessed. We'll start with the Baldy, Ginter. He's going to shoot at the beast man over there. So that'll be 5. That's a miss. And then his mate, Heinz, will do the same. He needs a 6. It's a miss as well. So that's it for shooting. Starting off with Wolfhard Heilbronner. He only has a dagger. He gets 1 attack. So he needs a 4+. That's a hit with a 6. He needs a 5, I believe. So no wound. And then we've got the other chap, Griswold the Grim, who has a sword and a hammer. The hammer will be the red one. So he needs 4s as well.
I guess I'll try and take out the guy with 2 weapons.
Yep, so 3s. Yep, 2 hits. I can try and parry one of them. Need a 6 though. Nope. So that's 1 wound. And I'll see what happens to him. So he's stunned, of course. Go you doggies! Yes, that's a hit. And I need a 4+ to wound because he's toughness 4, right?
Yep.
Yes, that's a wound. That's his last wound too. So see what happens to him. Good. Yep, he's stunned.
And then the other
dog just mauls him. Nice. So then I've got the flagellant who's attacking Black Tongue, is it, or Black Lung?
Black Tongue. Black Lungs huffing and puffing his way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So flagellant attacking. Needing 3s. Yes, just. And then because it is the first round with his flail, he gets +2, so it'll be 2+ to wound. So that's most definitely a wound. So roll to see what happens to him. Out of action, but yeah, so what's happened is I've just taken out his mutant, but he explodes alien-like molecular acid-like blood called black blood in this game, and everyone in contact with him, which is the 2 flagellants and my captain, basically take a strength 3 hit. So let's do the first flagellant. So you need a 5 for him. So nothing. 5 for the other one. Nothing, and then 4 for the captain. And of course, yep. So then I roll. Oh wait, I got a shield though, so I can. Oops. Oh, damn it! It was a 6. Exactly what I needed. No. So we'll see what happens to him. He's out of action.
Yes, take that.
Well, that was hectic. It was brutal. But in the end, the witch hunters win. Whether it's a Pyrrhic victory or not depends on what the post-game rolls come up with. The other thing that sucks is no one gets these 2.
No, they're left for the next people that come across this grisly scene.
Because we've ruled that if you want to pick up Wyrdstone, it's not enough just to be in contact with it. You have to actually move, so it takes an extra action. Oh well, I managed to salvage 1 still. Yeah, but good game.
Yeah, GG, good game, Dave.
And now on to the post-game.
With the fighting resolved, the post-battle sequence is played to inflict further tortures on the already battered warbands. First of all, and certainly the most anxiety-inducing step, is rolling for injuries. Starting with Sigmar's Judgment, we roll a die per henchman knocked out. On a 1 or a 2, they're dead, otherwise they fully recover. Here goes for the Warhound. The doggo lives! On to the heroes. A D66 roll is made to determine their fate, as in 1 die represents the 10s, and 1 die represents the units. Low rolls are bad. First up, Stefan Steiner. The white die is 10s. A full recovery. Next up is Brother Timotheus. A 22. He survives, but not unscathed, as he has a leg wound, which permanently reduces his movement by 1 inch. Not good. And this is the big one, Captain Hellman. Full recovery, you beauty. On to Culternative Lifestyles, and we'll begin with the knocked out Beastman. He lives. So that's the henchman. Now on to the heroes, starting with Black Tongue. Barra has chosen reds to be 10s. Ooh, that's death. He's gone forever and ever. So now the injury roll for Crabdominal, the possessed. Another death! Oh my god. Now that will prove to be an expensive loss right there. Sorry, Barra. And now let's see what fate has in store for the Magister. 46. That's a full recovery, thank goodness. Now that all injury rolls have been resolved, the remaining survivors of the battle each receive 1 point of battlefield experience. The winning warband's leader receives an extra point for his troubles. Once enough points have accrued, a hero or henchman can level up, so to speak, though characters don't actually have levels in this game. In addition, any character that manages to retain a shard of Wyrdstone by the end of the battle also receives a bonus point of experience. Rambo collected enough XP to earn himself an advance roll, 2d6, and rolls a 2, which, looking up the henchman advance table, means he increases his initiative by 1. Handy. Both Crazy Klaus and Mad Maximilian also earned enough for an advance roll, with the results meaning they increase their weapon skill each by 1 point. Next up is the exploration phase, where the warriors split up and scour the immediate vicinity for precious, filthy Wyrdstone. Only heroes that weren't taken out of action can actually do this. The possessed roll 3d6 for a total of 16, which translates to 3 shards found. The double 5s rolled also mean that an overturned cart was found, ripe for plundering. A further d6 roll reveals an unclaimed purse containing 2d6 gold pieces, and in this case a cool 9 gold was added to the possessed treasury. As for the witch hunters, they roll 5d6 as all heroes were intact at the end of the battle, plus an extra die for winning the fight. A total of 20 means that they add 4 shards to their kitty, plus a bunch of doubles. Their overturned cart contained a Mordheim map, which will aid in one future exploration roll, as a further roll confirms that it is accurate and not a fake. They also encounter a well, and Stefan Steiner, feeling emboldened by their victory, decides to dive in and see what he can find. He fails his initiative roll, however, and gulps a mouthful of the fetid water, and so unfortunately must miss the next battle as he recuperates. The double fours result in the warband encountering a straggler, who they escort out of the city, and in return he informs them of some potentially lucrative sites deep within the city. In other words, essentially a reroll for the next exploration roll. Not bad at all. Once the warbands regroup and leave the city, they then can sell off their hard-won wyrdstone, converting them into gold pieces that can purchase all manner of goodies. The smaller the warband, the more gold is left over after each member gets their cut. Barra, now with only 5 warriors, decides to sell 2 shards, which nets him 55 gold pieces. I sell 3 shards for 60 gold due to the fact that there are 12 members in my warband. That's not quite everything, as we also use the encampment's optional rules. Both warbands arrive at different times in the nasty little settlement of Cutthroat's Den. Lots of fencers, smugglers and pawnbrokers trade here, so finding rare items is easier here than elsewhere, but they also cost double. Barra sends one of his heroes to find a lucky charm and is successful. Another hero is sent to visit the alchemist, who, for a 20 gold piece fee, can unlock the hidden powers found within a single shard of wyrdstone. Barra rolls well and finds himself in possession of a spellstone. A roll on the lesser magic chart reveals that whoever holds the stone can cast the Dread of Aramar spell. So now he has a possess that causes fear in the regular manner, but can also project terror onto poor wretches with a successful spell roll. I'm sure this will be annoying in the future. Unfortunately, he doesn't have enough money to replace his lost heroes, so he'll just have to make do with 5 warriors in his warband until he collects a little bit more gold. Moving about the sketchy streets of Cutthroat's Den can lead to some interesting encounters. However, the possessed look dodgy enough for even the locals to leave them be. The roll of a 55 means an uneventful sojourn. Finally, Barra rolls on the housing table and moves his motley bunch into a house. Though the details aren't written, I like to imagine that its previous owners suddenly disappear after clapping eyes on the Culternative Lifestyles. Owning a house grants a further bonus when rolling for rare items, as itinerant merchants drop in to canvass their wares to their householders. As for the witch hunters, I'll briefly summarize their experiences in Cutthroat's Den. Shopping-wise, the warband managed to locate and purchase 2 lucky charms. These are great, as they have a 50% chance of negating the first hit taken in a battle, so I try and equip all my heroes with these as soon as possible. The captain also purchases a suit of light armor for himself for extra protection. He also heads to the Twisted Goat Tavern to gamble and breaks even. While there, he gets pickpocketed and loses half his money, but seeing as he only had 4 gold pieces left over, it wasn't a big deal. The settlement event meant the warband encountered a fortune teller that actually could have benefited them during the next battle, but she asked too much for her services. Damn pickpockets. And lastly, Sigmar's judgment make camp in their tents, where there's a chance of getting burgled, but thankfully the light-fingered scum kept their distance that night. So that's it. That was the first round for Barra and myself, but this actually wasn't the first battle of the campaign. My friends Prawn and Simo had played earlier, but due to technical difficulties I decided against posting that particular fight on the channel. Suffice it to say, Prawn's undead warband won and made massive earnings from claiming all of the wyrdstone shards, killing an ogre in the fighting pit, earning 75 gold, but then losing half by, you guessed it, getting pickpocketed. Cutthroat's Den kind of forces you to live a life of profligacy, or else someone else will on your coin, it seems. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe if you haven't already, and if you really like the channel and want to support future projects, by all means, click on that super thanks button and sling us some digital coinage. I'll happily accept your American dollars, British pounds, and Vietnamese dong. Wait,